So just a quick live stream. Or a Q&A. If you don't have any questions, you're gonna have to listen to me noodle. Possibly learn something as well while I'm waiting. So go grab the alternate picking deep dive for free. You have a link to the practice room below. And if you want my personal help with your own practice thread and all that stuff, you can sign up for Practice Room Pro before the price increases. I mean, you can do it after as well, but you know, first come, first serve, whatever that saying goes. Say hi in the chat if you're here. I can't see who's here, but I can see that 5 people are here. Hey Juan. It's gonna be a quick one today though, but you know, I'm getting back into the live streaming stuff or Q&A. Hey Jelly. How's the sound and everything? See if it should be all right. Thanks, man. How's the practicing going, Juan? Still doing the tune up the string stuff? Rename these Scream in E minor, so it gets stuck in E minor for whatever reason. I mean, it's a good key for guitar, but you know. Nice to see you, man. Hey, Ryan. Well, wasn't that? Yeah, I think that's stupid. Whether you like his style of music or not, you can't say that. I mean, it's a reason why if I do this, or you usually say, "Oh, that sounds like Yngwie." Most people won't say, "Wow, you listen to a lot of Tony McAlpine or Vinnie Moore," which could also be the case. I love both those guys. But I would say Yngwie in the same way as you would think of Eddie Van Halen when you hear tapping, that kind of tapping at least. It's yeah. I think you're a bit of a hater. I think if you're like, oh no, I'm not gonna mention Yngwie because I don't like his attitude or whatever. It's just stupid. You can't deny what he did for the guitar world. You cannot like it, but you can't deny it. But people are weird. People hate on Joe Bonamassa and all kinds of shit. So, whatever. Doesn't matter. Hey, Char. Higher noon. That's a thing that I got from the No Guitar is Safe podcast by Jude Gold. And it was the Jared... What's his name? I don't. He kind of has a Zach Wild kind of look. Jared something, blues player that just plays with his fingers. Anyone with a Ozempic looks scary. But you know, the whole Ozempic thing is like. Some people can, some really need it, right? And it has all kinds of, you know, potential side effects. But as someone said, like, yeah, but if you can't lose weight any other way and you tried a lot of different things, then the side effects of being morbidly obese is going to be way worse than what, you know, these kind of things are going to get. How do we get into Ozempic? See, it's your fault, Char. I don't know shit about shit, so definitely don't take mine. Jared James Nichols, don't take anything I say as medical advice. No, not Phil X. It's Jared James Nichols. He does this. I find it really effective because if you do this, it can sound a bit too... I don't know, I don't like I mean, Yngwie has been way, you know, thin for quite a while, so I don't really think it's Ozempic. I don't think you guys are ready for Shahar's sense of humor. Yeah, but I mean, the sort of stuffed sausage look wasn't great either in leather pants. I think he's hard to pull off leather pants, no matter what. I saw a picture of the Swedish pride, Alexander Skarsgård, and he was like, oh, he's so brave. Look at him. He's on the red carpet and he's like sleeveless shirt on and also these leather pants. Like, why is that brave? Just looks like a knob. I mean, it's like that looks great, but it's like what's brave about it? Oh my god, I would cut my hair so fast if someone said that I looked like Sharon Osbourne. Anyway, I lost my train of thought here. Yeah, so this thing just sounds a bit softer. It's easier to get the dynamics right, and also it's kind of fun because people get like, what the hell is that? So like that. BPM, you got it. That's for practice, sure. So I'm not gonna be hanging around here all night, so any questions? I mean, you don't have to have questions, but if you have questions, it would be good to get them out as soon as possible. I have 10 to 46. I think the trick is that you need to really get the not the tip that's gonna set Shahar off. You need to get like the pad of the finger. So. Welcome, and you know, all credit to Jared. Such a cool thing to hear. I think it, you know, it doesn't really matter, but I think it's easier to have the support of the fretboard. When in doubt, sweep pick. No, I haven't actually. This was from the No Guitar is Safe podcast by Jude Gold. That's a fucking amazing podcast. You go check out the archives. I think it started with like Satriani or something, but he's had Vi, Satriani, Vinnie Moore. I don't think he's had Tom McAlpine yet for whatever reason. And not Yngwie either. But he's had Gambale, Andy Woods, yeah, everyone. Pretty much. And the cool thing about it is that they actually, you know, in most episodes play together. So, which is very cool to hear. I'll write it in the chat. No guitar. You'll find it on Spotify for sure. Actually DM'd Frank Gambale to see if he wanted to be interviewed, but I haven't had a reply yet, so probably not, but it will be fun. Well, that's a good amount of progress, Juan. Yeah, that's the music is win guy, right? Oh, it's a nice one. There's Steve Morse, Bonamassa. Oh, Bonamassa as well. Cool. Tommy Mario, yeah. I just have a hard time watching Steve Morse play nowadays. And that's... I respect him a lot. He's one of my favorites throughout the years. That's why I have a hard time watching him. Because I can see that it's, you know, it's not his fault. It just has to redo everything. It's crazy that he's actually... I mean, when he plays the slow stuff, it still works well, but I think the fast stuff can be a bit hit or miss. But also, from what he seems to be getting better still, so hopefully he can get around it. But it must be so frustrating to, you know, basically rip off or like play too many notes on every gig and then basically have a hard time playing at all. Listening to someone tune is like the best thing in the world. It's guitar ASMR for psychos. What the hell is going on with the string? Close enough. I do not, Shahar. So learn my lesson here. Whenever I put something up on during the stream, even like 5 seconds of a song, YouTube like, hey, copyright strike. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I saw that the Captain Anderton really cool to see. I mean, Rick is a special guy for sure. And I think you need to be a bit. I mean, I spent so much time as a teenager, and after as well, still, I guess, but I was so obsessed with getting better, and that was just what I wanted to do, right? And it was not about being like, oh, I want to be on stage and show everyone how good I am. It was just to get better. I don't know what it is, but I'm like that with anything that I get interested in. So I had to stay. I actually, did you guys ever play when on the Xbox 360? They had this game, Dead or Alive, and you could play online. And I bought like the guidebook so I could get all the moves for every character, and then I chose my favorite character and I learned all the moves, so like up, down, blah, blah, blah. So I actually practice it like I would practice guitar, and that's fucking retarded. What a waste of time. It was fun though to kick ass online for some time before realizing that, oh my god, what the hell am I doing with my life? So yeah, but anyway, so I think anyone who's decent or good at anything probably has a bit of an obsessive streak. Yeah, it's like Mortal Kombat, but it's like yeah, it's very easy, right, to get into that. So the same thing when I got into orchestral music. I stopped playing guitar because then I was like, I need to do this now really well. And I get the same when it comes to working out as well. Even though that's just, to do it, but I just want to do it well, So I have a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, but I literally collecting dust. It's been a shit console cycle anyway as far as games, so yeah, but my solution now is like, if a game comes out and I really want to play it, it's usually like an Elder Scrolls or a GTA. And I mean, GTA hasn't come out, this number 6 seems to be amazing, so I think once that comes out, we'll probably take like a few days off, not do anything, just play that game and then be done with it instead of spending, hours every night. Let's see. Is the picking motion similar to writing on paper? For me, yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? My picking motion is nothing like writing on paper, and also I'm a really sloppy writer, funnily enough. Weirdly enough, though, I mean, I'm born in '78, so in the mid-90s or early '90s, I went to, it's called gymnasium here in Sweden, but it's basically like grade 10, 11, and 12. And the only thing that I really got out of that was to learn to touch type on a computer. And they would have this program where you sit there like A, B, 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 and kind of stupid, but it worked. And then you would have like a screen you could put over the keyboard so you couldn't cheat, and you have to learn to do it with the actual fingering. And I still do it. I can still write, without looking at the keyboard and not do this thing. So that was really helpful. So there's certain things, that when you learn them, it can be really helpful overall. So for in music, I would say like learning how to figure out music by ear and not rely on tabs is so useful. Hi, Simon. Yes and no. I don't really care about it much because for me it's connected to. So the picking depth is going to be related to the sound you're getting, and I'm more focused on the sound. So if I want, if I want a smooth sound, my picking depth will be less than if I want to do that, and usually I don't want to do that, so where I dig in that much. So for me, I just want to get a good picking sound, and whatever picking that happens to be, that's what it's going to be. So I think if you approach it from like, oh, it needs to be, here's my deepest, and then slightly more out and slightly more out. I think that's a very mechanical and kind of a weird way of looking at it. So I think you're better off just listening. Like what effect do you get? How hard do you want to pick? I mean, yeah, same here, Juan. It's just like you level up in a video game, and then like nothing happens in real life except bills piling up and plates, So I try to stay away from that. I wouldn't say that I have an addictive personality necessarily, but it's if I really like something, I want to do it. So no, not really that I know. I think Marco Sfogli, I am confused by the S, but the Italian guy, amazing player. He said that he would have like, in school, there was like a little metal thing on the side of his school desk, and he would sit there like working on his picking during the school days. That's amazing. So, because when I studied flamenco guitar, I actually wanted to have like I think you can actually buy them. It's like a little piece of wood, and you can get frets as well, but you can also get just sort of the strings, open strings, so to speak. That you don't even sound, you don't even hear anything, but then you can like work on all this kind of stuff while doing other things. So, but I don't know how you would do, imitate that. I mean, maybe you can just do this, but I think you kind of want that tactile, at least striking something. So. Damn it, we're in E minor again. Anyone have a key for me? It's a cool thing, Shahar, instead of like this treadmill desk, you can buy like a guitar right-hand picking desk. I probably wouldn't, Char, because it's so... I mean, okay, if you want to do something in style of I, you definitely want get into Lydian. And also it tends to do that. but I'm shit at doing Vai stuff because a lot of his phrasing is so whammy bar related. So it's kind of tricky to do that without a whammy bar. So. But definitely Lydian. That goes for Satriani as well, but he's a bit more lopsided with his like legato. And one thing that I really like by Vai is when he does this kind of just goes down without picking. That's definitely a thing that I've got from Vi. No. You get the squeeze. I can't really do much with them, so. But you know. Just in this case, E minor scale or G major scale. So this is the 8th fret. Ta-da. No, that's a great key as well, C sharp minor. Wankily wankily wank 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 wank. Hi, symphonic flow. Yeah. Don't overdo it in terms of the dynamics. Don't go. I did that for the longest time. So, yeah, if I do stuff like. You have to be brave to not smack the shit out of the string. So basically, just find the. What's the. You don't want that, right? So you want to keep it as chill as possible. Sorry, as my dog wanted to go out. And my wife is dealing with it, so don't worry. So just go to the actual problems, and you know, if you have this, you can go. Just work on that. It's supremely annoying to do, but I think a lot of listening, because you know, so you can dial in the dynamics. So you don't really overdo it, because what happens when you overdo it like that, then you try to compensate by, you know, doing everything else louder, and then like, oh, now it is even louder, and before you know it, you're gonna be like, why is this so hard? So just finding a little thing that you can repeat and try to really listen to the dynamics is a tip. And also, Hammer-ons from nowhere I find way easier with the pinky, for whatever reason. Stuff like that, I don't remember. I just remember you guys. You know, some chromatic stuff like that. I've never really learned the song. Again, because it's so much whammy bar stuff, and I get really like I want to get it exactly as it should be, and I have one guitar with a whammy bar that I never use because I'm scared of changing strings on a Floyd. Do you know the real name of the Hendrix chord? Yeah, it's an E7 sharp 9. So basically, here's a root note, it's major third, flat 7. This note is actually the minor third, but in this context, it's a sharp 9. So if this is a root note, 1, flat 2, 2, or you can see it in the chordal sense, it would be flat 9, 2, and then sharp 2. But that's an enharmonic, and that just means that, you know, just like F sharp can be called G flat depending on the context, now we call it a sharp 9, and the reason for that is because we already have a major third in it. Oh, I see. I'll try isolating some patterns, getting no sounding. Yeah, let's go for it. It is, but I think when you work on these kind of things, the neighbor's gonna think the ambulance is coming. But then you work on the most annoying thing. And then the less annoying thing becomes even less annoying. And that's where, you know, timer really comes into handy, because you put it on 5 minutes. Yes, I recommend 5 minutes, because it's long enough to get good reps in. But it's not too long that you feel you want to kill someone. So just do that. Yeah, it's always the wife, isn't it? I have to be scared of. I bought mine flowers out of nowhere today. So I think I'm good for a few hours. No, she's awesome. Man, time really passes quickly when you get some good questions. Any more questions? I will be here for another minute. And if you have a question, I might stay a little bit longer, but otherwise, I'm gonna go hang out with the wife. And also, if you haven't signed up for the practice room, the free one, that's just stupid. There's almost 800 people in there now, and it's just, you know, a good time. Shahar can tell you, Juan can tell you, Ryan, and maybe Symphonic Flow as well, who knows? I don't know the exact names they have in there. Yeah, and also the Practice Room Pro, where you get your own thread, where you can exchange videos and all kinds of stuff, and you get all my courses and yeah, all that stuff. That's it's 4 spots left now at the current price, then it's gonna move up a bit. So if you've been thinking about it, now's the time. Let's see. And also, if you sign up for the free one, I'm gonna have to let you in manually, because there's, believe it or not, a lot of douche nozzles online. So you don't want to let just anyone in. You'll have a lot of like internet marketers of like So I have a questionnaire. It's not that hard. It's like, what are you working on the guitar? How did you find this place? 2 questions basically. And the marketers are like, I haven't started yet on guitar. And then you check what other groups they're part of, and it's like all drop shipping and bullshit like that. So that's why I need to have that extra layer, because if I just, you know, let anyone in right away, then it's gonna be a shit show. Thanks, Shahar. Oh, thank you, Jelly. What's your name in there, Jelly? What do you think of Rainer Ritter? And he's quitting on the stool. Talking about UFC. Ian is also part of the practice group. And pro as well, actually. Alright, cool, man. Joel Cure. I'm gonna go check you out right now. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there we go. Ah, Finnish guy. Then it's wrong pronunciation. Joel Kiuru. Don't kill me. I'm Swedish. Finnish is hard. But actually, the summer house that my parents had when I grew up, there was a Finnish dude living across the lake, and he was always come over and drink all the whiskey and the vodka. And one time he got so drunk that he actually we had a bench on the jetty, and he sat on the bench and was gonna have a smoke, and he leaned back, and for whatever reason, I don't know if it was heavy, and just fell into the water. So he was floating in the water with a cigarette like this. So yeah, that's my reference for Finnish people, you know. Hey, well, nice to see you, man. And let's see. So yeah, I'm about to finish this, and no pun intended, Jelly. I'm gonna, yep. Well, Swedes are not much better, let me tell you. So it was, you know, fun times. So a lot of stuff happened up there. My older brother kept nicking alcohol from my parents, and even though my dad had put like a line on the bottle, he would just fill it with. My brother would fill it with water, and then he had one of his friends come over, and they're like, "What's this shitty alcohol we have? I don't feel anything." So basically, like 90% water in that bottle. Hey, Jason. I've been shredding it all along, but now, you know, all I have left is always about to go. I have way too many of these, but I love the. It's such a good workout. T-shirt. Great fit, and yeah, should actually get sponsored by them. It's oh shit, it's 7 o'clock. I gotta go. Great hanging with you guys. I'm gonna start doing this more again, and yeah, you can always watch the replay, and again, just I'm gonna make it super easy for you guys. I know people are insanely lazy nowadays. Not you guys, though, obviously, but other people. Let's see where I'm at. There. All right, Ryan. Basically, was because I tried the pushing the speed with the metronome thing, and I just felt day by day my technique felt shittier and shittier. And then I read Steve Vai talk about, and this was like way in the early 90s, and Steve Vai talked about like, oh, build technique, just, you know, pick an exercise and you start it really slow, and then you inch the speed up every week, and then before you know it, you know, 6 months later, you're just playing super fast all over the fretboard. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try that then. So I made this stupid practice schedule that's going through all these combinations, and at that tempo, it took me like almost 3 hours to complete. And what I realized a few days in was like everything else that I had been working before just felt better and cleaner without even me practicing it, because I didn't have time to practice that stuff. So that's how I discovered it. And then I was just like, all right, I don't need to. I just noticed that my technique got better and faster without me needing to push the tempo. So I never did the whole Steve Vai raising the tempo, because I think at a certain point, you're gonna play faster. Even if you can play it fast and clean, it's not gonna be in as much control as if you slow it down even more. And when I talk about control, it's not just, you know, that it's clean, it's also so I can control the what I call finger choreography, so I actually place everything in the correct way, because it's gonna program my technique to do it correctly when I want to speed it up. And then I think the biggest problem people have anyway is synchronizing their hands, especially when it comes to like alternate picking. And you can never solve that just by practicing fast. And I know people are going to be like, oh, but speed burst. Oh, but Sean Lane said that if you do. Sure, but if you've done that and it hasn't worked out for you yet, maybe try practicing slowly for a while and see how that works out. But it's not just practicing slowly. You need to focus on the right things, because if you just practice slowly like this, it's no better than just practicing fast and sloppy. So, yeah. And that's what's worked for me and hundreds of students throughout the years. So that's what I'm sticking to. And if I find a better way, I'm going to tell you. But I can't say things like, oh, do this, and I haven't done it myself. So if you made it work any other way, good for you. Then you don't need my help. But if you haven't, you know, I just think it makes sense as well, because there's nothing else that you kind of like. If you go trying to learn how to play golf and you have a good teacher, they're going to have you go work on the drive slowly. Martial arts as well, you would do the motion slow with control, and then you can try to, you know, do it faster. So yeah, I think it's yeah, but you should take breaks, Juan. You should definitely take breaks. I had a student from Australia, which has nothing to do with it, but he was from Australia, and he practiced like 3 hours a day, and he was like, oh, my body feels weird, and my shoulders after 3 hours. I'm like, okay, so how do you divide the practice? He's like, what? No, I do all of it in a wonder. It's like, okay, don't do that. And then he magically didn't have those issues anymore. So basically, I think he took a break every half hour, just went to have a glass of water, whatever. So dotted rhythms work for everything. That's something, you know, that's not a guitar thing per se. It's just a rhythmic variation, and the thing that happens is that you get used to whatever you do. And you can, I mean, if legato, See how fast I improved. No, but it's just a thing that works for everything. I'm not still teaching Ola. We've done it in like 2 periods, but I think he's so busy, and actually I haven't talked to him in quite a long time. We never really had that relationship anyway. It wasn't like we hung out and whatever. It was mainly me doing some videos with him and also endorsing his guitars, right? So this no ill will or anything like that. It's just that haven't happened. But I mean, he's from what I saw, he was on tour in Japan or something. So you know, it really is. But it's kind of funny though, and I'm gonna end on this. When Ola shared something from my thing on Instagram way back, I think I got maybe like, I don't know, 50 new followers or something, which is great. But when Ben Eller did the same thing, I think I got like in the hundreds instead. And I think Ben Eller's audience lines up better with mine because, you know, I like to teach people and help people to practice better and all that stuff. Whereas Ola has a big chunk of people who mainly are into gear. So they don't give a shit about, you know, you probably get more irritated from someone, you know, who plays. And especially since I'm so not a gearhead. So I don't give a shit. I just want, I can play whatever. What's the scientific explanation behind daughter? It's exactly, Jelly. It's just that the fact it's like a speed burst from note to note, basically, because you go. When I did that, now half the note's gonna have a faster transition, right? And then that's why you need to do the short long as well, so you get the other half. So. And that lets you experience the fast transitions, but in a more controlled manner, because you're not trying to do all of it. So it's also a good way to find like where the problem areas are, because if you play something like and you do long short, and then you do short long. Long short is probably harder because you get the fast transition there when you get the string change. So that's the idea. Yeah, Uncle Ben is really cool guy. Again, I mean, people say like, "Oh, we're friends" and whatever, but he's sent me a lot of students, and so I'm not saying I'm not friends with him, but I don't want to make it sound like, yeah, we text all the time, because we don't. I talked to him a few times over, you know, Messenger and whatever, and same thing with Rick Graham and people like that, so it's not a big thing. Anyway, now I really have